Welcome to another episode of the TUE Brew Review. This week, we are checking out Lounge Lager Apple from Maplewood Brewing. These guys are out of Chicago, but they also have operations down in Central Illinois out of Normal. So yeah, Maplewood, their Lounge Lager is kind of one of their flagship beers. It's basically like an American adjunct lager. So think, Miller High Life. And with this beer, they've added some apple character to the beer. So, it's late in the season, but it's still fall, still some apple picking to be had. So I thought this was an interesting seasonal beer to try. I have tried other Maplewood products and they're quite delicious. So I'm anxious to try this one. So you've got a 12-ounce can. This is the classic Maplewood logo that you'll see on their beers. They've got a 4% ABV. So yeah, very sessionable and crushable, 12 ounces. Lager brewed with natural apple flavor. Always a little bit hesitant when they put natural on label of food and beverage products because even though it might be naturally derived from actual food products, they take that flavor character and they kind of mess with it in a lab. So I always have an issue when things say that they have natural flavors because they've really kind of been manufactured in a lab. But be that what it's may, let's go ahead and open this guy up and get him into the glass. See what we got here. Yeah, as expected, you see this really kind of bright yellow gold pour that's very much in line with an American lager. Got a nice white fizzy head, a lot of nucleation, a lot of carbonation, and the head dissolves rather quickly, all the style. Oh yeah, you're getting the apple, kind of reminds me more of like an apple peel. If you've ever peeled apples and you got that big pile of apple skins there, that's kind of what it reminds me of. But I'm also getting some malt and also some grainy corn character in there from the adjuncts. So it's definitely got the smells of an apple lager. Cheers. That flavor, again, very malt forward, very light and effervescent in its mouthfeel. The apple character is pretty subtle. The carbonation and again the malty sweetness, kind of the two bigger players in this, and the apple is more in the nose than it is the flavor. As I go on a second time there, I am getting a little bit more of the apple character in the back of the palate, and it's got the bite and the finish. It's some hops, but it's also some of that natural apple flavor that's kind of sticking with it. And as I kind of feared, it does kind of have an artificial flavor to it, and it kind of gives it a little bit of a weird aftertaste. I'd call this more like an apple champagne because it's very dry and very effervescent. And it's not sweet, it's not tart, but it does have the apple character in there. I'd say if I wanted to get my fermented apple game on, I would stick with a nice like a apple cider or perhaps even an apple brandy. That's where I get my boozy apple fix from. Nothing wrong with this, very drinkable and crushable. But again, I just kind of feel like I am drinking like a lab-produced apple character. And the subtleness of this American adjunct lager doesn't really add much more to the beer. So glad I tried it. As I said, I'll probably stick with some nice cider or brandy for my fermented apple fixins. But there you have it. I've tried other Maplewood products, as I've said, and they are delicious. So check it out for yourself. Once again, that is Apple Lounge Lager from Maplewood Brewing. Cheers.